Hi everyone, welcome to Enjoy English School. I'm Steven.
I'm Minnie.
And today is March the 4th, and we're on day 2 of Business English, pages 12 to 15.
那我们今天3月4号呢，接续昨天这个商用英文的部分。那我们是在第12到15页。
And the title, once again, is Restructuring the Company.
公司重组的这个主题。
So the day 2 of this dialogue, it's still between Dana and Travis, and 2 weeks later, Dana and Travis are talking about future plans for the company.
那我们今天的这个对话一样是一样的人物，跟昨天一样。过了2周之后呢 ，Dana 跟 Travis 他们正在讨论公司的未来计划。
Right. Do you think Travis took that promotion?
Totally.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure he did too. That's why he's still here 2 weeks later.
Yeah.
Right, and they're still going to talk about future plans for this merger with the former rival. Right, so let's see what they're going to talk about. All right, so Dana starts this dialogue. She says, I know the past few weeks have been uncertain, but thanks for working so hard as we complete our restructuring.
所以 Dana 开始了这个对话，他说：“我知道过去的这几周以来情况相当的未知多变，不过呢，多谢你在我们着手完成公司重组之际，如此勤奋努力的工作。”
Right, so when things are certain, that means that we know things are happening.
Sure.
Like we're very sure, everything's very concrete, okay? But when it's uncertain, that means that we don't know what's going to happen next. Everything is unpredictable, okay?
所以 certain 如果没有 un on 的话，那它就是代表肯定确定的。那加了 un 之后，它就会变成未知的。然后这边老师会说 certain。
That's right. You can say certain or
我讲
uncertain, right? This is acceptable, it's fine. But a lot of times native English or American speakers will say uncertain. When there's a hard T sound in the middle of a word, we will often like swallow that T so that there's no T sound, and then it goes certain, certain. 直接 cert, 然后 certain, uncertain. So that's a common pronunciation, okay? It's acceptable both ways.
所以那个如果是讲英文当母语的人，也就是我们的 Steven 老师，他就会讲 certain， 把那个 T 吃掉。但是可能不是非母语的，或者是方便读音的话，可能像我们就会比较习惯讲 certain。但其实两个老师都听得懂了。
Yeah, 都可以。And then past few weeks, this past, it means the weeks that have gone by.
Yeah,
okay,
已经过去了。
对。Thanks for working so hard. So a lot of times when they're saying like, very hard, or like they're trying to emphasize that they're working hard, the so, we will make it longer. We will elongate it. Like, thanks for working so hard. Okay? Even though it's a short word, there's only 2 letters. To really show that we can see that they're working hard, we will oftentimes make that word stand out by making it longer.
对，所以在口语表达上面来讲，像这种强调的字，我们可能就会拉长音 so hard， 谢谢你那么努力。中文也会嘛？
Right. And then here, restructuring the company is the title of this dialogue, right? So in this situation, it is a verb. But in our first sentence here, restructuring is being used as a noun. So pay attention. It can be used as a verb and also as a noun.
对，因为英文就是26个字母组成的嘛
Yeah.
所以有时候词性会互相接来接去。那我们标题的地方 restructuring 当动词，但这个地方 our restructuring 变成名词。
Right. So Travis then says, it'll certainly be sad to see so many coworkers leave, but I'm also grateful you offered me a job in management.
所以他说将看到这么多同事离开一定 so sad， 一定很感伤，但是呢我非常感激你给我机会让我能在这个管理阶层中效力。
Right, so the certainly in this sentence is being like, oh, 一定的. It'll certainly be sad. Absolutely be sad to see many coworkers leave. Another word that you can use for a coworker is colleague. C-O-L-L-E-A-G-U-E. Okay, but do not say college.
变大学了。
Right, because I have a lot of friends that say my college is leaving. Or I work with my college.It's because they see the G. So they want to say J like that. And I understand because college, C-O-L-L-E-G-E, is a J sound. But colleague is a G sound. English is very complicated, but Yeah, you just have to memorize that. Okay, so colleague, not college. College 是大学. Okay, but he's grateful for something. He's grateful that he has this job offer. Okay, so grateful is an adjective to say that he's very happy.
感恩感谢。
感恩, he's very grateful that he has this job offer in management.
那如果 grateful 后面要加介系词的话，通常我们会用 for.
So I'm grateful for you
也可以。
doing this for me. Okay, I'm grateful for this. All right, so Dana says, I've been very impressed with your work over the past few years.
所以 Dana 就给他一些正面的回应嘛。他说：“你过去几年所完成的工作让我 very impressed， 相当的惊艳。”
Yes, okay, so it has left an impression in her brain. Okay, so he has done very great things or impressive things that she remembers them. Okay, so she's impressed with his work.
所以 impression 还有 impressive 这三个可以一起记。Impress 就是我们这边呢，让人惊艳，让人留下印象深刻。Impressive 变成 SIVE 的时候，就会变成形容词，印象深刻的。再来 impression 可能就会变成印象，例如像我对你的第一印象，我就会说 first impression。
对，然后 impression as a noun, we usually use the verb leave.
Leave
an
留
impression.
下深刻印象，所以我们用 leave 也是很合理啊。
Right. The CEO has also spoken highly of you.
所以这个执行长呢，也同时对你一直赞誉有加。
Right, so CEO is short for Chief Executive Officer. Okay, so Chief Executive Officer, aka the boss. Okay, the boss has also spoken highly of you. So when you speak highly of someone, that means that you're often complimenting someone or you're often praising someone. Praise, praise.
赞赏.
Yeah, 赞赏. You're just saying a lot of good things about somebody. So you speak highly of someone. You respect them. Okay.
Speak highly of 其实是一个蛮好用的句子。
Yeah, she speaks highly of you all the time.
尤其是如果你在别人背后要说，要打好 A 跟 B 之间的关系，你就可以说 A speak highly of you, of B 这样子，然后帮别人做桥。
Yes. Personally, I'm glad you are here to help us with the merger.
所以他说，以我个人来说呢，我很高兴由你来从旁协助这一个 merger 合并案。
So look, in Chinese, the beginning personally is what?
以我个人来说，
你看这个很多字嘛，对不对？所以副词的好用的地方就是一个字就可以代表很多这些的意思。So personally, from my own personal perspective, personally, I'm glad you are here to help us with the merger. Because before, Dana was telling Travis what the CEO thought, but now she's telling him how she thinks.
果然很主管的口吻哦。
Yes.
Yeah.
So Travis says, will there be any workers from our old competitor coming to work with us?
所以 Travis 问到一个重点，他说之后会不会有前对手公司的员工前来跟我们一起合作共事呢？
Right, so yesterday we learned former rival. Today we're learning another way to say that, old competitor. Okay, so this old does not mean 老的, okay, it means that previously.
之前的
Former, okay. All right, Dana says, yes, there will be a few.
所以 Dana 就给他回应啦，会的，会有一些人过来。
Right, so in English, don't forget, sometimes we don't have to repeat the noun if we already know what we're talking about. So Dana could say, yes, there will be a few old competitors working here. But we know that we're talking about workers that were old competitors. So then here she doesn't have to say the noun again. She can just say there will be a few.
所以在写文章或对话里面，如果我前面跟后面要提到的主词或者是受词一样的时候，有时候我们就会把它省略掉。
Yeah, so she could say, yes, there will be some.
Yeah.
Okay, if we didn't know what they were talking about before, then she can't say, yes, there will be some, because the person will be like, somewhat.
Yeah.
在讲什么东西 But because we know we're talking about workers from their old competitor, that's why she can just leave it out.
上下文的部分要注意。
Your department will have 3 or 4 people transferring from their old office.
你的部门里面将会有3至4名员工会从他们的旧单位转调过来。
Yes. Okay, so sometimes there are smooth transitions.
Yes.
Right?
很顺流畅的。
But sometimes, though, because 2 companies will probably have very different structures.
Yeah.
Right? So when you're restructuring 2 companies to merge together, there are definitely going to be a lot of different clashes. What's a clash? C-L-A-S-H. It's when there are different ideas coming together.
冲突
But yeah, they might not be very smooth. It might have like some kind of conflict or just differences in ideas. Yeah, so sometimes that's what you have to worry about when you're transferring from an old company to a new company. You're going to have to readjust. Okay, so what does it mean to readjust?
Adjust 是调整 Readjust 就是重新做一个调整重新做一个调配我们就会又用 re 加上 adjust 这个字
Right, and adjust is A-D-J-U-S-T. And readjusting is you have to redo this thing.
对
Okay, so yeah, let's find out to see if they're able to have this adjustment or what their plans are to make this transition smooth. Okay, let's take a short break. All right, so Travis says, I see. I hope that we'll all get along with one another.
所以 I see 昨天有出现过嘛对不对但是你有发现老师在讲 I see 的时候语调会有点不一样因为同样都是了解 I understand 你在不同的情况可能你的那个了解的那个情绪会不一样嘛
Yeah.
所以在这边 I see 就是收到我了解了
That's a good point.
Yeah, 就是比较 firm 比较肯定一点昨天的 I see 就有点好那种感觉
Right.
Yeah.
So it really depends, like, how do they mean I understand? Like, I see.
Yeah.
I see. 原来是这样子 I see. Okay.
好没问
了解
题收到了对
Exactly.
所以这边我们是比较 firm 的那一种好没问题收到了那我希望我们彼此都能够相处融洽
So get along means that when two people are able to be in the same space and they have good emotions, they have good interactions, that means they get along. Like Minnie 老师 and I, we get along.
In front of the camera
In front of the camera. Behind the camera, it's a different story. No, we really enjoy each other's company. 这个时候这个 company 不是公司只是说
我们非常的享受彼此的公司没有啦
对
彼此的陪伴也可以用 company
We enjoy each other's company, so that means we get along. Okay, we get along with one another. Okay, with one another 就跟彼此的意思
所以 do you get along 是你们相处还融洽吗其实 get along 已经有相处融洽的意思在里面了
And then saying with one another is just trying to emphasize with
两方
Yeah, 两方 You could also say with each other. Okay, this is also acceptable.
彼此的
Yes. All right, so Dana says, me too. Okay,
我
so
也是
it sounds like Dana is a little bit uncertain
Yeah.
as well. She's not sure if they're going to be able to have a smooth transition. But she continues and says, but if you don't think they're up to par with their assignments, please let me know.
所以他说但如果你认为他们的工作任务表现的不符合标准请你务必要让我知道 par 是应该是从高尔夫球那个来的吗
I do believe so.
Yeah.
Up to par. Yeah, you're able to
meet the standard
meet the standards. That's a really good way to say it. You're able to match expectations, or you're able to match what is expected or usual. Okay, so that is what is meant by up to par. So when somebody is not performing up to par, that means that they're not performing well. Okay, they're not performing up to the expectations of this company.
Yeah.
Okay.
就像你打高尔夫球这一洞可能平常的 par 杆数就是3杆那你如果刚好打3杆它就叫 par 就代表说你有符合标准你有跟大家一样厉害这样子所以 par 这个用法interesting
Yes, and let's take a look at the noun assignments. First of all, let's pay attention that G is not pronounced. Okay, so it's not assignments. Okay, it's silent. Assignments.
Assignment.
So when something is assigned to you,
被指派
被指派, right? So then assignment are things that were assigned to you, and you have to complete them. If you're in school, your homework
is your assignment
is your assignment, your homework assignment. Okay, it's because the teacher has assigned it to you to complete. So in work, you can also receive assignments. They can be projects. They can be different things that the supervisor or boss... Tasks. That's another good word. T-A-S-K. It's things that you have to complete. Okay. All right, so then she's saying if they don't perform well, if they don't perform up to par, to please let her know. Okay, so Travis then says, of course, I give you my word.
非常重要的句子来咯 当然没问题 I give you my word 就是我跟你保证，你有我的话意思代表我一言既出驷马难追，我保证跟你保证。
Another word you could say is I promise you.
I promise you.
I promise. Okay. Another thing we might say is I swear. But I swear is a little bit like intense.
会让我想到那首歌 I swear
by the moon. Okay, so I promise you, or I swear I will give you my word. Okay, so trust me, this will happen. Is what you mean by I give you my word. Okay, so Dana says you are a nice guy, Travis, but as a department supervisor, sometimes you may need to be tough.
Normally when I hear you're a nice guy, you're a nice girl 都好像不是一个好的开头
Yeah, I think it's always okay because in American culture, we always like to say the nice things first. We always like to give the good news
你很
first.
好，但是
Yeah, because we don't want the blow, like the attack, to feel very negative. If you tell them something bad, it's really hard to get their happiness back up.
True.
But if they're already very happy receiving your compliment, receiving your praise, then you can tell them the bad news so that it's not just down, down, down.
所以这个有点文化差异
Yeah. I think in Chinese or Taiwanese culture, it's like negative first.
Yeah.
Maybe never positive, never a
Yeah.
compliment.
True, yeah. 所以这一句他就是用一个这个文化差异的开头啊。他先说你呢很好，你是个好好先生 Travis， 但是呢，转折来了。身为一个部门的主管，你有时候可能要严格一点。
Right, so as a something 就是当这个角色。
对，
as 身为 a department supervisor, sometimes you need to be tough. So tough, this adjective means that you have to be kind of stern, strict. You can't be Mr. Nice Guy all the time. You have to be tough. And this T-O-U-G-H, even though it's a G-H, it's pronounced like an F. Tough. Okay, so be tough. So Travis says, I understand. 这个跟 I see 是一样的意思。Speaking for my department, I know that we're all eager to wrap up this restructuring so that we can start new projects with our new partners.
所以在这边他说我明白了，我想带我的整个部门发言哦。我知道大家都很急切想要 wrap up 完成公司的重组，这样我们才可以跟新的伙伴一同展开新的案子。这边 wrap up 我应该大家有听过 That's a wrap. See you next time. Bye bye. 一些 YouTuber 会这样嘛？对 ，YouTuber 对，所以那个 wrap 就有点像是完成的意思 ，finish the end.
Yeah, it's kind of like a present. 你有个礼物的时候，你要包装。You're wrapping up this present. You're making it look better, and you're finishing it. Okay, so wrapping up something is finishing something.
Yeah.
Okay, and eager to do something means that you really want to do this thing.
Dying to
do it. So we're all dying to wrap up this restructuring. So they want to finish this whole process so that they can start these new projects with their new partners who are their old competitors.
Yeah.
Okay. So Dana says, that's good to hear. Okay, so that's good news. I'm happy to hear that you want to do this.
Yeah, 很高兴听到你这么说。
I'm sure you'll do a great job.
那我相信你一定会有很好的表现的。
Right, so the sure 也可以是我们刚刚学的那个 certain. I'm certain you'll do a great job.
Yeah.
Okay, no pressure.
That means
a lot of
all
pressure.
eyes on you.
All right, let's go to the review. All right, Minnie 老师, what does it mean to be uncertain of the future?
那就代表在迷茫的雾中，你对未来的非常的未知。
未知。
对。
Okay. So, what does it mean when you are grateful about something or grateful for something?
那 grateful 就是感恩感谢的意思。记得介系词要用 for。
I'm so grateful to work with you. Okay. You can also say that as well.
Or I'm so grateful for
our time together.
Oh, okay.
So
for 后面接名词。
对 grateful to 就一个动词。
接动词。
对 Okay. I'm very impressed with your work.
所以我对你的工作表现非常有印象，或者是说非常惊艳。Impress.
You left an impression in my mind.
或者是你留下一个很好的印象 impression 在我的脑海里。
Your work is very impressive.
或者是你的工作让我印象深刻，变成形容词。
Because your work is so impressive, people speak highly of you.
Speak highly of somebody 就是对某人赞誉有加。
Right. And Minnie 老师 and I, we get along well.
我们相处融洽。
Okay. And Minnie 老师 when she works, everything is always up to par.
所以 就是讲自己很奇怪，翻译就是呢，就是符合标准。
Yes, everything you do is up to par.
Yeah.
Okay, and I will give you my word. 是什么意思？
就代表说我一言既出驷马难追，就代表我说到做到。
I promise you.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. You have to be tough. What does it mean to be tough?
你要严格一点，但其实你如果用这个 be tough 的话，有时候是叫你坚强一点。
I'm eager to meet her. 什么是 eager to do something?
我很渴望做什么事情，
渴望要遇见她。I'm eager to meet her. And then what does it mean to wrap something up?
那就代表要完成什么事情。
Right. So just like now, we're about to wrap
That's a
up
wrap.
this episode. So
Yes.
we'll see you guys next time.
拜拜。
Restructuring the Company. Dialogue B. 2 weeks later, Dana and Travis are talking about future plans for the company.
I know the past few weeks have been uncertain, but thanks for working so hard as we complete our restructuring.
It'll certainly be sad to see so many coworkers leave, but I'm also grateful you offered me a job in management.
I've been very impressed with your work over the past few years. The CEO has also spoken highly of you. Personally, I'm glad you are here to help us with the merger.
Will there be any workers from our old competitor coming to work with us?
Yes, there will be a few. Your department will have 3 or 4 people transferring from their old office.
I see. I hope we all get along well with one another.
Me too. But if you don't think they're up to par with their assignments, please let me know.
Of course, I give you my word.
You're a nice guy, Travis, but as a department supervisor, sometimes you may need to be tough.
I understand. Speaking for my department, I know that we're all eager to wrap up this restructuring so that we can start new projects with our new partners.
That's good to hear. I'm sure you'll do a great job.
I'm a little